Welcome back, students. Study time now. So, students, we will start with our English class today. Okay. Be ready with your English textbooks. Keep it aside. When I'll ask you to open, you can open it. Okay. Now, just pay attention on your screen. Just have a look at the screen. You can see one picture over there. It looked like a comic page, right? And there are two birds sitting on a branch of a tree and they are just conversing, they're talking. I'll read it out for you. See the bird which is red in color. Kate, there you are, check it out. Now this bird is telling the other bird, I thought it was Friday today, but it's actually Thursday. Now, isn't that amazing? I get one more day this week. Now, all this conversation is done by that bird who is red in color. He's talking like he's calling the other, Kate, there you are, check it out. I thought it was Friday today, but it's actually Thursday. Isn't that amazing? I get one more day this week. Now, probably maybe the other bird is his friend. So he's just talking, general conversation. Okay. Now we have another page here. Let's see what these birds are talking. Wasn't this leaf green before? Now this small bird is just asking. Yup, summer's almost over. So maybe the leaf has turned now brown or yellow. Earlier it was green. So they are just the bird is asking his friend, or maybe the mother also. I don't think so. Okay, whatever. Wasn't this leaf green before? Yep, summer's almost over. Now, what? About to head south for winter. Now, they are talking about birds, they migrate, some birds they migrate according to the seasons. When there is very winter season, they migrate to the warmer places. So that is what is mentioned over here. See, this bird is saying about time to head south for winter. Now here it is, that means here it is too warm. Now we'll have to move to south for winter. So the other bird is asking, what? Surprised that is it so that we have to move to south now? So this was another conversation. Now let us have one more page over here. Now let us see what they are talking. They seem to look like sparrows, right? Okay. Crazy weather we are having, eh? The bird is asking, that small bird, the gray, two birds, they look similar somewhat. One is a bit small. Crazy weather we are having, eh? Oh yeah, it's crazy. How it can change sometimes, the other bird is saying. What? Is talking about the weather below you? Now the other bird is replying. What do you want to talk about? Now they are sort of, they are like little, they are arguing sort of. I don't know who you are. Now they are talking as though like, why should I answer you? You are not my friend. I don't know who you are. So basically this is the conversation going on. Now students, what did we see here? We saw that these birds, they were just conversing, they were talking to each other just like the way we speak, isn't it? I showed you 3 pics. In those 3 pics we heard their conversation, we read about their conversation. what they were trying to say to each other. Do you feel, students, that they can speak like us? Is it so? No, not possible. Birds and animals don't speak like us, right? They don't have that power to speak. Okay, they can't speak like us. But this is just a whimsy, humorous sort of conversation, imaginary conversation. Okay, just to make it interesting, just a funny. It is not actually real. It is just an imaginary, made up sort of humorous, whimsy conversation between two birds. Okay, so now today actually we are going to read about a poem in English, that is chapter 6, The Owl and the Pussy Cat, written by Edward Lear. So here we have English chapter 6, The Owl and the Pussy Cat. Now before we start the poem, let us know and understand about this poet. The name of the poet is Edward Lear. He was born in 1812 and he died in 1888. He was an English artist, illustrator, musician, author, and poet. He is acclaimed as a master of the nonsense verse, specializing in the short poetic form called the limerick. In these poems, he combined hilarity, like making up imaginary words. So here it is explained what is hilarity. It is basically making up imaginary words with a fine sense of music in the language. He makes up some imaginary words in order to rhyme. Okay, so that is, he has his speciality is that. So we understand that the poet's name is Edward Lear. He was an English artist. He was an illustrator. Illustrator basically means cartoonist sort of. He used to illustrate. He used to do paintings, drawings. Musician, author, and he used to also write books, and he also used to write poetry. He's an acclaimed as the master of nonsense verse. Maybe those whatever he writes, it has no meaning to real life, imaginary sort of. Just like how we read those pictures, we read the conversations. Same way, specializing in short poetic form called the limerick. In these poems, he combined hilarity, like making up imaginary words with a fine sense of music in language. So let us start. We will read the poem here. Okay. I will read the poem to you, and then I will explain to you the summary. We will understand what is the poem all about. So students, before that, you please open your textbooks, English textbook, open chapter 6, The Owl and the Pussy Cat. Okay, let me start. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are. I repeat that stanza once again, students. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped in a 5-pound note. You know what is the meaning of pound? It is a currency of UK. Okay. Find the owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh lovely pussy, oh pussy my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are. We move to the next stanza. The stanza is continuing here. Pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married. Too long we have tarried. But what shall we do for a ring?" Okay, we move ahead. They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows, and there in a wood a piggy wig stood with a ring at the end of his nose. His nose with a ring at the end of his nose. Here, let us continue. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring? Said the piggy, I will. So they took it away and were married the next day. By the turkey who lives on the hill, they dined on mince and slices of wince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the sand they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, they danced by the light of the moon. So this was the poem, students. A very beautiful, funny little poem, correct? Okay, here that by the title of the poem only you got it that it is the poem about the owl and the pussy cat. So here the poet is actually trying to convince the reader, who are the readers? We are the readers. That poetry need not be always somber or sublime. It need not be always very boring or sort of lonely, serious type. It can be also funny and humorous, but can also be humorous and funny. The couple, now who is the couple over here? Here couple is the owl and the pussycat. The couple set off on a boat. See in the first stanza, look at the first stanza. Set off on a boat with some honey and money. The owl plays the guitar and proposes marriage. Proposes means next, see you can find that in the second stanza. How charmingly sweet you are, oh let us be married. He's proposing marriage. So, but to get married they need a ring. So they don't have a ring, but they do not have a ring. So they sail for a year and a day to reach a particular place, the land of the bong tree, and there they buy the piggy wig's nose ring. What they buy? They buy a nose ring for 1 shilling. It's a currency of UK. And the next day, as soon as they buy it, the next day they get married by the turkey. Look at the third section. Yes. From the hill, and after they get married, what they do? They have a feast that comprises of mince, that is chopped meat, and quince, it is a type of an apple. So they feast, they have a big party. Okay, and after the feast is done, what they do is, under the moon, they both dance. So this was basically the summary of this poem. Now, students, after reading this, listening to the summary of the poem, you understood it is like a imaginary. Do you feel in reality a owl and the pussycat will be married? No, it is just an imaginary sort of a humorous poem. So actually the summary is all about that. Now students, we will read the poem. So just look in your book. I'm reading the poem. The owl and the pussycat went to the sea in a beautiful pea green boat. Now this poem is all about the owl and the pussycat. So they are sailing, and in a beautiful pea green boat they went to the sea. They are sailing. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped in a 5-pound note. They had a note and they had wrapped all these things in that note. The owl looked up to the stars above. Now they could see the sky above. So the owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. He started playing the guitar. Oh lovely pussy, oh pussy my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are, what a beautiful pussy you are. The owl is singing for his beloved pussy cat. Pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl. Now pussy is replying back, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married. Too long we have tarried. Tarried means too long we have waited. Okay. But what shall we do for a ring? Now to get married they needed a ring. So they are just wondering. She's asking owl, what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where bong tree grows, and there in a wood a piggy wig stood with a ring at the end of his nose. His nose with a ring at the end of his nose. So just as the words say, they sailed and sailed for another year, and they landed finally where the bong tree grows, and in a wood, there in a wood, a piggy wig. They found a piggy wig. Piggy stood. They found a pig there with a ring at the end of its nose. Can you imagine that? You should imagine a pig and a nose ring and on its nose, on its nostrils. Okay. His nose with a ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling? Now these two, owl and the pussycat, they are requesting, they are asking the pig, are you ready to sell that ring for us for 1 shilling? Your ring, said the piggy. I will. He hands over that ring to them, and he said, yes, of course, I will, certainly. So they took it away and were married the next day. As soon as they received it, the very next day, they both got married. By the turkey who lives on the hill. Now they went to a place near Turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince. Mince is chopped meat, and slices of quince. It's a fruit. It's somewhat similar to an apple, which they ate with a runcible spoon. They had a spoon, and the poet has named it runcible. And hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon, they danced by the light of the moon. So this was a beautiful poem, and we learned how these two, the couple, that is pussycat and the owl, they get married, how they propose, and how they manage to get the ring for the wedding, how they get married, and then how they feast and how they dance. All this was conveyed by the poet in this poem. So now students, I hope you have understood this poem. You have to read this poem again and again. Okay, now we will go to the next part. We will do the rhyme scheme of the poem. Okay, so here now today I have in the earlier classes, in the earlier poem, I have already taught you how to make a rhyme scheme. So today I will be doing it for you. The first stanza I'll be doing it for you. The second and the third stanza you will have to do it at home. That is a homework for you. So please pay attention over here on your screen. Now look at the first line. I'm reading the first line, students. In a beautiful pea green boat. Okay, now that is not the first line, students. Let me repeat. Okay, see. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owls looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar, "Oh lovely pussy, oh pussy my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are." Now just look at the first line. The owl and the pussycat went to sea. Look at the last word of that first line. It is sea. So the sound is C. So we have to write there. We'll name it as small letter A. I have written there in red. You can see it. It is A. Next line, in a beautiful pea green boat. Now the sounds are different. It's not rhyming. So we given the next letter B. So A, B. Now look at the third line. They took some honey and plenty of money. Here again the sound is different. Money, the sound doesn't rhyme with the previous lines. So we give the letter C. Now next line, wrapped up in a 5-pound note. Now just note, does that sound similar to some of the previous line? The second line, look at the line word boat, note. So similar. So we use the letter B. Again we repeat B. So A, B, C, B. Now next line, the owl looked up to the stars above. Again this is a new sound which doesn't rhyme to the earlier lines. Above, so we use the letter D. And sang to a small guitar. Now guitar sound is also different from the previous lines, so we use the new letter, that is next letter E. Oh lovely pussy, oh pussy my love. Now my love, and that love sound is rhyming with the word above, love. So we use the letter, again we use the letter D. So what a beautiful pussy you are, guitar, are. So we use the, again we repeat the word E. Now next line, you are. Again we are having the same sound. You are. So we use the word E. Then again you are, E. What a beautiful pussy you are. Again E. So the rhyming word of that particular stanza is A, B, C, B, D, E, D, E, E, E and E. So the rhyme scheme of that first stanza is on your screen: A, B, C, B, D, E, D, E, 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 E. I'm sure you've got this. Now I'll be giving this the second stanza and the third stanza. Students, you are supposed to do it on your own. I'm sure you'll be able to do it. It's very simple. Okay? So now students, we have finished with this poem. It was a very beautiful poem. I hope you have understood and you will be able to answer some of the questions that from the poem. Now, here you find one question on the screen. What is the name of the poet? I remember we had read about in the beginning we had read about the poet. Okay, so what was the name of the poet? Yes, on your screen, Edward Lear. EDWARDLEAR. Edward Lear. Let's go to the next question, students. At what price does the pig sell the ring? We just read, no students? Just now we read it. What price does the pig sell the ring? Yes, 1 shilling. Okay. He sold the nose ring for 1 shilling. How was the owl as a musician? Now, the owl, you remember in that one stanza, first stanza, he sang a song and he played the guitar. So how can we frame the answer here? Just let us find out. Yes, the owl had a sweet voice. I repeat the answer. The owl had a sweet voice and played the guitar. What was the question, students? How was the owl as a musician? The owl had a sweet voice and played the guitar. Now here I have one short activity, small activity for you. You will have to do it. Write a short imaginary story based on animals or birds with dialogues. Just like the way I had shown you in the beginning of the lesson, I had shown you a picture and with dialogues like birds talking to each other. You can create your own story, a small imaginary story about 4 or 5 dialogues you can give. You can take a situation and you can make a very interesting, humorous, funny story. So I am sure you'll be able to do it. Okay, so you can do this as an activity. So students, we have finished with this poem. I hope you enjoyed this poem thoroughly. It was a beautiful poem. So I will be sending the notes of this chapter. I hope you are studying, you are watching the videos and you are also studying. Okay, read the lessons. Reading lessons has to be read thoroughly, and the things like I hope you are doing all your cursive writing part, your value education you are doing, I hope, and we will be meeting in the next class. So students, till then, have a nice day.